Okay, guys, so you know what they say, not smooth seas do not make the good sailors. So I'm a pretty good sailor. I've traveled a lot internationally even before this, but this is my first long journey connecting flight. Yeah, so my luggage was supposed to arrive with me when I landed at 4:30. Waited and waited and waited. There was no luggage. Went and confirmed. They said that your luggage would come with the next flight, which is at 9. So I didn't waste any more time. I went to the currency exchange counter because I wasn't sure if they would accept the US dollars for the COVID-19 RT-PCR test or not. So for the test at the F3, which I'll tell you the location shortly, it takes 2000 Mexican pesos. So you can get an exchange, but they also accept US dollars, 115 US dollars. But I'd already exchanged just to be safe because, if you want to make a shift to the terminals, you need to pay, it seems. So just to be on safe hand, I did get a currency exchanged. And yes, no one is going to understand English. No one is going to understand anything besides Spanish. So my advice to you would be connect to the internet at the airport. Get your Google Translator or the Translate app in your iPhone app. Speak in English, get it translated in Spanish, and just make them hear it or make them see it, and ask them to speak in Spanish, and so that the translator can translate it for you back in English, and you can find your directions very well. So I did the same, and I said, like I said, make good friends at Delhi, make good friends with your flight mates, keep your luggage with them. Okay, so I kept my luggage with two other girls, and I went to check because they were younger. I felt it was my responsibility to make sure that they do not travel much. So I went ahead, found the F3 center where the test was supposed to be held. I This is the first time in my life that I've taken like more than half an hour to find the directions to a place. Okay. um so what you do is, when you exit the airport, um, after taking your luggage and everything, you go right, take the lift. Okay, so get out of the lift, turn left, go till the end, and you will find a long queue for the RT-PCR test. So do that. My advice is, if you have a lot of luggage, please take a porter's help to transport your stuff. So along with me, there was an old couple and two young girls. They were coming after their 12th, so for bachelors and everything. So I had asked them to wait. I went back to them, and we had a porter organized, and we went to the center again. Keep your ticket, your boarding pass. Do not throw it after the flight. Your boarding pass, and all of the documents like your hotel reservation, the FFM form that you would get at the Mexican airport, very handy. And once you stand in the line, they would ask you for your ticket, boarding pass, and your passport. They would ask you to write down your email ID on piece of paper, write it, and pay them. I paid 2000 Mexican pesos. Go inside. They would collect your passport just to be sure. Okay, you would not have that your passport at go give your RT-PCR test. And to tell you about the RT-PCR test, see, in India they do not poke you or choke you, but don't expect that in Mexico. They're going to poke you really badly in the nose and go down your throat. But yeah, one of my friends even started bleeding. It was that bad. But yeah, they take the sample, and then you can once you're done, just take a kind of a drive through the entire place and come and collect your luggage, your passport, sorry. And along with that, they would give you a sheet of paper. Do make sure you take a picture of that, and there would be no passport number written on that. So I asked her if that would be a problem. She said it's not an issue because they have to do it regularly. There's a QR code as well, and the reports were to come on the next day at 2 p.m. So I'm still waiting. I am in my room in the Hilton hotel. So that was pretty great. Okay, I forgot to talk about the form that they give you at the Mexican airport or even in your flight to fill. So, filling that form is pretty easy. Hi guys. So you would get a form on board. Since I was not sitting with Indians, there was this Italian guy next to me, and we thought that they asked, "Are you Mexican? Are you Mexican?" And we said no, and they gave me the form, didn't give the other person. So I thought maybe she was mistaken. Anyways, I kept the form, didn't fill it throughout the journey. Landed in Mexico and realized you have to fill it. Okay, so don't panic if you're in my situation. It's okay, it's okay. Land, there would be counters, just fill the form. It's pretty easy. They'll ask your name, your flight number, passport number, your nationality, where you're from. That's all. And then at the immigration, they would keep a piece of that form with them, and they would give you another piece. Please do take care of that one. I'm not sure where exactly would they be collecting it. Still with me, but it's safe. Things with me are safe, just okay. And well, then I told you that my luggage had not arrived anyways. So went ahead, got the RT-PCR done, and then we were on the way to the room. So guys, the room at Hilton is pretty great. I have had a few friends who have stayed at the Ibis Hotel or Airport Puerto Mexico. Yeah, so it's kind of a hassle journey because you have to take a cab or something and go over there. But my advice would for you would be try to get one at the airport so that it's easy. For example, in my case, had I not had hotel at the airport, it I would have really gotten the whole luggage scenario messed up. I wouldn't have been able to check it. So since my airport, the room was in the airport itself, it was easier for me to keep my luggage and go and check about my baggage part. So the room is very good. You get warm water. You have all the things. Also, they give you water here. In the Ibis hotel, what I've heard is you need to pay for the water. They do not give more than two small bottles of water. Not sure if that's true, but that's how it is. And in case you need to buy bottles, my friend advised that there's a 7-Eleven store at the Terminal 1 when you get out. You can buy water from there. Just 5 to 12 pesos. I'm not sure. I didn't buy it. And I would put the video of the room. Okay, so it's 8:07 a.m. over here. My flight is at 5:20 p.m. I would be leaving at 12. My luggage is still in Paris and is not expected to come until um, another flight takes off from there at 12. The same as mine, just on the next day, and reaches here at 4:30. So there is no way I can take my luggage. So I was very worried about it. But my advice is please do not panic. Panic is not going to help you. You're just going to get your things messed up more. Collect your luggage. If it's missing, go to the counter that's next to the baggage belt. Tell them, give them your boarding pass, your passport, your ticket numbers, everything. Ask them to check where your luggage is. They would track it, and unfortunately, in my case, one of my bags had come in the next flight. following mine, but my one of my bags was still in Paris and was expected to come on the next day, that is on the day when I was taking the next flight to Toronto. And I told them that it's not possible for me to collect my luggage because I have to go to terminal 2, and this is a terminal 1. So they gave me a few options. So he raised a complaint on his end and asked me to, note down a few things. I took pictures of all those claims and everything that he had raised on my behalf. However, just to make sure that I'm doing everything right, I went to another Air France KLM counter, which is again at Terminal 1. So the staff there is very helpful. There's one guy who understood English. Our I know it's a relief. I didn't have to translate. So he understood English. He was very helpful, very polite. He asked me not to panic and told me that, madam, it's unfortunate that this has happened, but it has happened. So your course of action should be that you raise an online claim so that they can directly send your luggage from Paris to Toronto. It shouldn't have to come at Mexico because it is trouble. So I've raised my claim online. I've given the address of my residence at Toronto, given the number, the email ID, and and just so you guys the Air France customer care is not available 24/7. They have very specific hours. I woke up at 7:30, called them, but they were off. So it's 8:07. They start at 8. I'm gonna call them and see where my luggage is. So I'll see you guys. I'll give you an update. But the journey was good.